show me. All right? There you go. Okay, so today we're going to start reading a new book. But before we start reading this new book, let's think about this book because they're similar. This book is called If You Want to See a Whale. What do we read about this book? What are some things? Let's stop and think some things that we remembered from this book, some facts that we remembered about this book from the past 2 days. I know. But who was here? What are some things you read about?
I don't remember.
Emily, what do you remember from this book? How? With their teeth. So that was one fact that we learned about whales. What else did we learn about whales? Caitlin.
A whale can some whales have teeth?
Emily just told us that. What were you going to say? I felt it coming out of you about what can a whale do when it swims. Let her think about it. She got it. What can a whale do? How can it swim? Does it swim high up in the air, or how does it swim? What's something special about what it can do? It can swim down. Does it only go a little bit underwater?
And
It only goes a little bit? Do we remember if it goes a little bit underwater or if it goes super deep? How does it go? Jose? It goes a lot. Do we remember exactly how much? Arlene?
4 hours.
No, 1 hour. It can hold its breath for 1 hour, and it can dive from like here to Walgreens. It can dive like a mile. It can dive a mile, at least a mile down. So, voice is off. That's something I really want you to think about when we start. Sit down. We're going to start talking about this new book now. So, something I really want you to think about is that a whale can hold its breath for a whole hour. That's like it can hold its breath for the entire time that you were in PE today. That's how long it can hold its breath. And it can dive down all the way from here
to Walgreens.
That's like 3 miles, but it's close. It can go really, really far. Just think of it like Walgreens. Like from here to Walgreens. Think of that. That's really far down, and it can hold its breath for a very long time.
I can hold my breath.
So, what we're going to read today is If You Want to See a Whale. So this is a how-to book. What do we remember about how-to writing? What does how-to writing tell us, do for us?
How to do stuff.
How to do stuff. So this is a how-to book. What's it going to tell us how to do?
How to see a whale.
It's going to tell us what we need to do to see a whale. And 2 words that are not in the book, but they're important for you to understand what they mean, are patience. Can you say patience?
Patience.
Daydream.
Daydream.
Has anybody ever heard of the word patience before?
I don't want diamond.
Hands down. Leslie raised her hand. Leslie, what do you know about the word patience? I can tell you right now, you guys are all being showing a lot of patience, quietly waiting for Leslie right now for her to answer this question. If we're being patient right now, listening to Leslie, what are we doing? Waiting. Patience is to wait and to stay calm while you're waiting. If I'm waiting in back of Javier, he's getting a drink of water, and I need you. And I really want that drink of water. I want it so bad, but Javier's just drinking it and drinking it and drinking it. Javier, stand up. Turn that way. So pretend you're drinking water, taking your sweet time. No, right here. Pretend, just pretend. He's drinking, and I'm behind him. If I'm like this, Javier, I'm not being patient. Patience is just sitting here waiting for my turn, okay? Thank you, Javier. Sit down. All right? So patience is to wait calmly, okay? Wait calmly. Are you guys being patient right now? Yes, you're being very patient right now. Sit flat on your back.
Take a water.
Wait calmly. Daydream. Daydream. Daydream is to dream in the day with your eyes open, okay? Daydream is when your mind just starts thinking of other things. When you have a lot of time, just look in the sky and you daydream. Has anybody ever had a daydream? Okay.
I had 16 daydreams.
All right, so daydream. So we want to think of, well, why do we need to know the words patience and daydream for a book called If You Want to See a Whale?
You have to wait to see.
Well, we've got to see what happens.
What happens first?
Okay, so patience and daydream, if you want to see a whale. Let's see why we need to know those words. And thinking about that a whale can dive deep for a mile and it can hold its breath for an hour. All right, you guys look up here. I'll let you know when it's time to talk, okay? So I don't want you to shout out so everybody gets the chance to think, okay?
And to talk.
If you want to see a whale, you will need a window. And an ocean. And time for waiting. And time for looking. And time for wondering, is that a whale? So, we want to think back. This says that we need a lot of time. Why do you think we might need a lot of time to see a whale? We have the window. Look at where the boy is. Why do we need a lot of time to see the whale? Stop and think first. Why might you need a lot of time? What we learned from the whale yesterday in Amazing Whales, what a whale is capable of doing, and this is if you want to see a whale, you need a lot of time. So stop and think about that, and now start talking to your partner about what you would need to see a whale. Why do you think you need a lot of time?